Hello friends, welcome to another Ask a Bhante. So we have a question here from JKJNS. Hello, my question would be, is there anything specific, other than of course just consistent practice in general, I can do to make sure that I/my upcoming selves meet the Dharma as often as possible throughout Samsara? Not really that I know of. I'm sure within the wide world of Buddhism, there's probably different traditions probably have things like this. I think really you pointed to it. It's like the norm, other than consistent practice, right? Following the Noble Eightfold Path, practicing the Noble Eightfold Path. You can make, making aspirations like, may I be born again to be able to hear the Dhamma, something like that. Making that an aspiration, I mean, it can't hurt, right? So it might not be a bad thing. Like, every day, may I be born again to always be able to hear and to practice the Dhamma. Making an aspiration like that. That should be fine. But really, what it is even in the sutta where the married couple comes to the Buddha and they ask, like, how can we be together in future lives? And the Buddha says, practice the Dhamma. Like, both of you practice the Dhamma in tandem, like in the same way. And you'll probably, I don't know, be bugs together or whatever in the next life, who knows? But so this is, we don't really have like a set until we become a sotapanna, a stream enterer. Where we're born is like the Buddha says, it's like throwing up a stick and seeing where it lands, right? The next life, we don't know. We have so much previous life, karma, that the next life we could be in hells, we could be in heavens, we could be in, we could be in animals. Who knows? We could be mind-only beings drifting somewhere out in the nether. There's lots of places. And we don't really have control over that. But what we do know is that if you follow the Noble Eightfold Path, if you practice consistently, dedicated, sincerely, you practice this for a long period of time, well, then that will bear fruit in the future. If not the direct next life, then other lives, right? When you get the chance, you practice and you do your best in that life, that will pay off in the future. Whether it's next life or 10 lives down the road or 1,000,000 lives down the road, who knows? But it will pay off in the future because you've set the groundwork for the Dhamma. You've practiced the Dhamma, you've set the groundwork, and you've committed the karma of practicing the Dhamma, and so that will bear fruit in the future. Liberation can feel very out of reach at times, so I think even just encountering the Dhamma repeatedly could be a big help in staying on the path leading to it. Liberation can feel out of reach. It's one of those things where even as, just looking from my own personal self, like I can remember the years right before I went to become a monk, I had such zeal for the practice, zeal to become awakened. I was like, yes, I will do it in this lifetime. I will do it in this lifetime. And, I don't really have that as much as I did before. And it's due to a variety of factors. It's due, the first 4 or some odd years of the monk life beat me down pretty hard on a variety of different reasons. Was not easy. And that kind of killed a lot of my confidence in becoming awakened and the zeal and things like that. But it's growing again. But also, insights that I've had since then have also made me realize, there's many, many, many ways that I could even try my hardest. I could, fully go 100% with the Noble Eightfold Path every day for however long I live. And I might not make it to awakening in this lifetime. right? The causes and conditions might not be there for me to become awakened in this life. So understanding that is like, we shouldn't give up. We're supposed to practice the Noble Eightfold Path as diligently, ardently, resolutely, sincerely as possible every day. But we should also understand that, a lot of these things are out of our control. Right? There's a cause and effect. There's, dependent origination, cause and effect, setting the groundwork, and we don't know when we'll be awakened. All we can do is practice. That's the most important thing. We don't know what will be in the next life. All we can do is practice. It's the most important thing. Make the best use you can of this life as a human, which is very rare and precious right now. Make the best use of this life. Practice the Dhamma. Follow the Noble Eightfold Path. Do your best in this life, and that will bear fruit in the future. It will bear fruit in the future in this life, and it will bear fruit in the future in future lives. So that's what I would say to this. Much is out of your control. A lot of it will be related to past life karma, right? The causes and conditions you've set in the past life. But what you have in your control is following the Noble Eightfold Path, practicing every day, becoming an avatar of the path, merging it with your life. So there's so much that it's not something you do, but it's something part of who you are. And when you do that, only positive results can stem from that. So friends, I think that's the end of this question. If you have any questions for me, please type it in the chat here on the video or send me an email. Any questions you'd like me to answer for yourself or for the others, for people down in the future. So please, send me some questions and I'll continue this Ask a Bhante series. And with that, friends, I wish you a very spiritually successful and peaceful practice until we meet again. Sukhi Hotu, may you be happy. Practice well and be well.